Greetings. We're at Triple Crown Hobbies in Del City, Oklahoma. Standing next to me is Ikaika Farrior, the man behind the plan of this wonderful place. He just had a matsuri this weekend, had an amazing time. So wanted to obviously introduce him. Many of you already know him, especially if you've come from competition RC rock crawling, which is actually how you and I met. I think it was 2012, our first time meeting at Nationals in Alabama.
Was it? I think it might have been.
Or was it East Coast Championship?
I think it might have East Coast Championship.
So ECC?
Yeah. So that would have been Alabama.
Yeah, and it still would have been some
years.
Yeah. When did you get started in crawling? Do you remember?
Yes, I actually do. About 2010. The wife told me, you need to get a hobby. So I got a hobby and grabbed a $50 box of parts, and it's been uphill ever since.
Oh my goodness, that's how you got started?
Yep. So,
how did you find the RC crawler forum?
Like RCC.
Yeah.
I went to a hobby town, and I think they had a banner at the hobby town. I was like, oh, okay, information. I love information.
Me too.
And as you all know, especially the RCC days, we dove into all of that.
Yes.
So, but yeah,
I remind them oftentimes because I got involved in 2006 in crawling, and there was nothing available. The kits that you see behind us, all these parts, like it didn't happen. It had to be developed because it was people that, like myself and others, that were pulling maybe axles from a Tamiya kit to put under somebody else's custom chassis. And there's a saying on my signature on the RC crawler forum: give 20 people the same axles and chassis, and they'll build a crawler 20 different ways. And that was really like the beauty early on. And when you were getting in 2010, by that time Axial had gotten in the game, so there was that to get started with too.
Yeah, it was definitely easier to put something together, not necessarily build at the early stage where you guys were building everything.
That's true.
And that's what I loved about it too. Even in 2010, you still had to build a few things, but not as much as back in the day when it first started.
Correct.
And I love that creativity that everyone came up with at the time.
So were you living in Colorado at the time?
Yep, we were in Colorado in 2010. Kind of the hotbed, if you will, for crawling.
For sure. For sure. I mean, Jason Hensel was from Colorado. So
yeah.
It was him being the founder of RC Crawler Forum. That was a huge just hub. Like there was so much stuff that was happening there on a constant basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then
that's a good place to jump in, as well as the terrain there.
Oh yeah. We were very well blessed with every type of terrain you could imagine in Colorado. I do miss it, but it definitely held a lot of good times with everybody there.
Awesome. So how long before you ended up starting a store? And how did that happen? Because and when did you jump into the competition aspect? And it started with what, 2.2 like MOA or 2.2 shafty? What were you doing?
Well, my box of parts that I got was like a couple Axial AX10 Gen 1 axles.
Yep.
Jump on RCC, find an old Austin Dunn Gatekeeper chassis.
Yes. Yep.
And slammed that all together, and I pretty much jumped in head first into sporty class for crawling.
Correct.
There's a lot of great drivers at the time, so I was definitely a trial by fire situation. But that's how I operate.
That is such a good chassis. That Gatekeeper chassis from Austin.
Oh yeah, I wish I held on to it.
I could take care of you. I got a couple set aside.
Man.
Because the first competition chassis that Gavin built really for himself with my help, and I think he was like 9, maybe 10 at the time, was one of those.
Yeah.
And then we've still he's got one now in his room on his wall where it's a gatekeeper chassis, and then but it's on AR60 axles if I remember correctly, and then it's got a cheeseburger transmission from Deluxe.
Gotcha.
With the with the reverse rotation.
Yeah.
When the axles are flipped. And there's so much stuff you can do with that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a no nonsense, straight ahead chassis. You could set up wrong and it'd still work.
Yeah.
And then you set up right and it's just killing lines.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it made it easy to learn and grow from that. That's what I enjoyed.
So how many years of competition were you doing before you start the store, especially? Like
it was literally like 9 months.
Wow, that quick?
Yeah. At the time, jumped into the hobby. I was out of work, so I was bugging my wife all day because she was at home working from home, and she's like, get a hobby. It's like, okay. Jumped into the competition. The local hobby shop at the time, or mom and pop hobby shop at the time, they just shut down, and I just saw a need for a place. One, so I could do my hobby, and two, for everyone else that I met within the community, which was kind of on the wane at the time. I was like, well, we can do something. I've got time. I was tired of working out in the field in construction, so I said, or I shouldn't say I said, I asked my wife, hey, go look at this space for us. She's like, it's this much, it's this big. I'm like, let's do it. She said yes. The saint that she is, she always lets me do crazy things. And we were off and running literally with, I think, we had your stuff first. I think Crown Innovations was the first real, vendor that we had. And the rest of it was like used parts that I've collected over those 9 months trying to sell stuff. So
wow, you did well because it just kept growing and the orders kept getting bigger from you guys. And then a few years later, there was a second store.
Yep. So we started the store in 2011. Stayed in that little 800 square foot space.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was rinky dink, and that space almost pretty much got cut in half with the amount of rocks that we had.
Right.
And we had a 2-level rock pile system. Our neighbor was a pain in the butt, and we got to a point where we could actually, we held on, we saved enough of our pennies and dimes, and were able to move into a larger space. So the first shop went from 2011 to 2014. Then we jumped into the bigger space, and it just skyrocketed from there.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And to brag on his wife, Tiffany, she's an amazing woman. She also does energy work. Reiki is her area. I've had one of her sessions. It's an amazing experience. So if she's willing to offer that opportunity to you, and you have it, you should do it. And because behind every great man is an even better woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes a team to do this, especially when you're thinking about the community and you can't be in your feels. You can't be in your feelings about shit. You've got to be open-minded and level-headed because it's everybody coming in, and you never know what people are just living life and loving it, and other people that are like they're just coming in looking for a reason to live. Sometimes they're looking for hope.
Yes.
So I really appreciate what you've done.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's such an awesome opportunity to have this interview with you and this time this weekend with you and
Yeah.
your wife both.
Yeah, no, we creating this, or I shouldn't say creating, but helping the community grow. It's the family I don't have anymore, and we get back together. Bossman comes in, we meet all these awesome people, and just from where I'm from is gathering people together in a conscious effort to just have fun and enjoy themselves. That's what we do.
I agree. There's a saying, happiness not shared isn't real.
I haven't heard that, but I completely agree with that.
It's something that's helped me too over the last year and a half, especially.
Good.
Because the drifting, it's amazing. Crawling is, I absolutely love it. And it's a different level of competition because with competition crawling, it's one-on-one for the most part. You're on the course, and really all you're trying to do is look for maybe outsmart the course designer. You're really, it's a game of chess in some regards. But when I got involved with competition drifting, it was fine the first few times, but then when the first time I lined up against a friend, and he's in a chassis I built and drove for a while too, a body that it was an award-winning body, and I'm like, I don't. And it's his first time drifting at a comp. I'm like,
Okay.
I just, my very first thought, I don't want to beat this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't go into competition with thoughts like that.
No, yeah, it's a different mindset.
But that helped, it helped me really understand like why I love competition crawling, and how it was such a passionate thing, and how it grew. But I still, so much about the drift community I appreciate, because in some regards, the level of community, the camaraderie, we definitely had it in comp crawling, but there was, it almost seemed as if there are so many people that were looking to make their own name out of it, or looking to create their own clique instead of just the community as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the community has to be there. Or if you're not going, or you're not willing to be part of that community, who are you going to drive with?
Drifting highlights that, because it's tandem driving. I mean, you could be the greatest guy, but if it's greatest driver, greatest car, but if you're out there solo, you're never going to get any better. And you never get any of that experience of actually riding somebody's door, backing off to give them just enough to transition and get back in the pocket.
Yeah, it's a dance.
Correct.
Where you're working together the whole time, even though you're in competition. And that's the cool part about it, and growing on that is great.
I really enjoy that your shop's got both genres here. Triple Crown Hobbies. You've got to come out to this place and check it out, because you're going to have a great time. You're going to meet some good people. I can't say enough. We had an amazing weekend. This is my first time to come out, and I mean, my guys had already been telling me I need to get up here. So this was a perfect event to come up and reconnect again.
Yeah, definitely.
Face to face.
Yeah, so many years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, we've talked back and forth. We've gone over stuff, and it's this place brings people together, and I love it. Yeah,
exactly. That's what community is about.
Absolutely.
So I'm kind of jumping around here, but I know that you had so you went from the 800-foot store. What was the next store?
That one was about 2,700 square feet.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. And that got full of over 100 ton of rock.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. It took a lot.
Now, do you end up buying all the rock, or do you have to do you ever find deals with these? How does it work for you?
Well, at least in Colorado, you can truck up to the mountains and grab some stuff. We had a lot of people donate stuff, which was nice, and you could see the community coming together, and also having a facility large enough to get everyone together. And with the weather in Colorado being either way too hot or way too cold and snowy, we want to provide as much space as possible. Not just for the competition crawling, but also for the trail guys. They like to go out on long runs. I was like, well, we need to have a rock pile that's worth their time and their money.
Nice.
And then with the second shop, I grew more into the scale trail aspect of things, and it's different from the competitive crawling, but it still ties together. You're still building, you're still creating.
Correct.
And using the imagination to make something from nothing, and
manifesting.
Exactly.
That's so
yeah.
Awesome.
The discipline's a little different, but that's no big deal, because at the end of the day, you're having fun with toy trucks.
What was the track fee for the?
At the time, it was $5.
Man.
Yeah.
And the track fee here is $10, and you get to either use the drift track or the rocks. It's a bargain.
Yes.
A bargain, especially coming from Texas, and we've got some places that are trying to charge $25 a day, or or they want to charge you per thing. If you're building the community, it just a flat fee is going to get it done.
Yeah.
Especially when it's affordable. Just a shout out to some of the people that may see this and that are thinking about opening their own shops, because not everybody's got deep pockets, and getting the people here when the community comes together, that's going to ignite more sales, because you've got people that at different levels too in terms of their experience, and so better parts create better cars, and that creates sales for a business.
Yeah.
So it all works together.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you get them in the door, they come in the door, they can take some pocket change out and get them come out and have fun, and that's all day.
That's awesome.
And, on Saturdays, we have people come in the morning. They'll leave for lunch. They come back. I'm not going to charge them again. It's no re-entry fee, and so they can have fun. The drift guys, they're here pretty much all weekend, and that's
Nice.
awesome.
That is.
You know, and the people gathering together in a common interest is just, it's just fun to watch it grow.
That is awesome. So in regards to the rock here at this store, did you have to buy this rock since it's not as rocky here in Oklahoma?
Yes, unfortunately, with our build budget for this shop, we had to sink a good chunk of change into the rocks because we had to purchase them. Fortunately, the landscaping company that I've been working with, they saw what we were doing, were completely blown away by it, so they gave me a discount.
Nice.
So
Nice. Very good. Very good. I had to do the same thing in Texas. I had to buy all my rock as well.
yeah.
So it worked out well in some regards because after, I don't know, by the fourth or fifth pile, he started to discount it a little bit, and then that's when we started shipping the rock to the city park in White Oak.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some photos of that.
Yeah,
It looks good.
The White Oak RC Crawler Park was already up and going, so we helped add to that.
Nice.
So, anything else? What do you? It's hot.
No, that's very good.
Oh, the camera's getting hot. Ah, okay.
Yeah, the
All right.
sun coming
That's
through
true.
there.
That's true. Okay. So the second shop, 2,700 square feet, larger rock, and then did you open a second store after that? Or a second location?
Yeah, we picked up a franchise location down in Colorado Springs since we were based in the Denver metro area. And I had the idea of becoming, for lack of a better term, an empire to provide these places for people. You know, not many people at the time, or at least hobby shops, were doing a rock pile and providing, you know, the parts for the crawling community because it was still niche.
Yes.
You know, it's always going to be niche compared to, say, go fast off-road or on-road, because that's been around since the 50s.
Correct.
So, you know, it's generational, and this is, you know, crawling almost in 20 years now is becoming generational.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
If we can grow this community because of the creativity, because of the design and everything like that, that's what we wanted to do. And it's like, okay, we did that. And the second shop did well, especially with its location across the street from a city park down there, which had amazing terrain.
Okay. Awesome. And then what happened after that, if you want to share? Or you
Yeah,
I'm not trying to pry.
no,
Whatever
you're
comfortable
good.
with.
Unfortunately, at the time when we were living in Colorado, my wife's health was declining, and it was something that we couldn't normally take care of with, you know, medicine or going to the doctor. So obviously, family comes first for everybody. I want to take care of my wife, so we decided to. We're thinking about closing the shop and moving, and fortunately, a friend of mine decided to buy the shop from me, so it worked out. He has it going still, and then we left Colorado and moved to Florida. We did 2 years in Florida. Tiff's feeling a lot better now,
Nice.
which counts a lot.
Yes.
And then
That's so important. It's everything.
yeah, absolutely.
Health as well.
Yeah, exactly. I need my teammate with me, or else I'll just run crazy. But we settled in Florida for a couple years, and Florida's a beautiful state, but it is expensive to live in. So we started looking to where else to move, and I also needed to figure out what I wanted to do for a job, and ended up in Oklahoma. Started looking around. We had a couple different options of what we wanted to do, and I didn't necessarily want to go back to the field, construction field, because I am getting older, like we all are. I was like, okay, we're going to do one of two things: live music venue or a hobby shop. So we looked at this space, which actually works best for both, weighed our options on what we wanted to do, and saw that Oklahoma City was lacking a good mom and pop hobby shop. And I was like, well, we know the industry, we know the people, everyone's still friends with me so far.
Exactly.
And I was like, you know, let's go this way. It's a market and industry that I understand and know, so I didn't want to jump completely feet first into an unknown market like live music. So found this space, tore all the walls down, and built what we have here.
Well, I'm glad you did. This is an awesome space you both created.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So again, Triple Crown Hobbies, Del City, Oklahoma, Ikaika and Tiffany. If you can't, if his Hawaiian name gets you, just call him Chief, is what others have been doing. And we thank you for your viewership. And please like, subscribe, and share. Double deuces. Being that this is Matsuri weekend, wanted to add and talk a little bit more because obviously we started this video and it was more about rock crawling, RC rock crawling, and how we met and so on. That's what brought us together. But I wanted to give Ikaika the opportunity to talk more about that shift, like what got you into drift.
Well, with the size of the facility, we didn't want it to be, of this facility here, we didn't want to just be dominated by a rock pile. And with it being Oklahoma and having a slightly smaller rock crawling community, we tried to figure out what we could throw into the mix as far as what we would do with all this space. I've always been intrigued by drifting. We did a little bit of it at the second crawl space,
Okay.
but this is now going on 10 years ago, so we were power sliding, HPI sprints.
Four-wheel drive car.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, okay.
And we tried to do it there, but it didn't work out. There wasn't much of a community there, so we kind of put that idea on the back burner, and wherever we would end up, like Del City, Oklahoma, let's throw it down. We have enough space. There looks to be a decent sized drift community when we started, and we just wanted to augment what we could offer.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Well, anything that you would like to add about this weekend or the Matsuri weekend or?
Oh, the Matsuri weekend? It's been awesome. It's
Awesome.
been absolutely great. Everybody's having a good time.
It has been a wonderful time.
Lots of cool builds.
Definitely.
Definitely inspiring because I still need to build a drift car if I can find the time. But I'm probably gonna, part that out to one of my regulars here and have him build the drift car. But at least I can learn from there.
Right on.
People from all over Texas. I think we got some Kansas guys.
South Dakota's here.
Oh, South Dakota, yep. We got some South Dakota people, and hopefully next year it just gets bigger, better, and more fun.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Congratulations and thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Double deuces. Oh, wait, we're
And
going to
any
add
people
something.
you want to shout out, Bus, shine
Yes,
some light
yes.
on, anything like this? Obviously the community, because me and my first time here, it's a wonderful community, beautiful people, everyone's supportive, everyone's cheering you on, it's a wonderful thing, but I don't know if you want to thank any.
Gotcha. Do we need a segue for that, or?
No,
just...
you walk right into it, Bus.
Cool. Well, first, because I get the chance to, I can thank Eddie here from Crown Innovation for providing some raffle prizes for the Matsuri. We had a ton of different vendors step up from all over the world, which is great. RC Cut and Paste out of Texas, they came up and got to set up a booth, which was nice to meet them face to face and also see all their wares, because I know we'll be carrying those in the shop and supporting small businesses. That's what we love to do. We're in this big facility, but we are still a small business. So we want to have our coalition of small businesses come together to grow together. The crowd here, everyone that's traveled near and far, truly appreciate you all taking the time to come out and have some fun with us, hang out in Oklahoma, deal with my corny jokes, and hope to do it again year after year.
Definitely. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. This is a great place, and we thank you for your time and attention. Peace.